Ready to go.
Okay. Today we're working on an Echo SRM 2400. Now it'll start and she'll idle sort of, but she won't rev up. 90% of the time when I see this, it means the spark arrestor screen in the exhaust is clogged, and when you clear it out, then she runs fine. In this case, we went ahead and cleared the spark arrestor screen, and it didn't help at all. So now we're going to rebuild the carburetor and see if that helps. Okay, we got a shiny new plug in it, so let's give her a run. It does start better than it did before. But it doesn't run well. I gotta say, I really thought it was going to be a muffler on this one. Because when you hit one that'll start up, and it doesn't necessarily idle good, but won't rev up decently at all, that's almost always a clogged screen, the spark arrestor. But when we removed the spark arrestor on this one, it made no difference at all. So let's go after problem number 2, the carburetor. Now if you do this, make sure you take lots and lots of pictures. And you might even want to video this part if you've got a tripod. If you don't, you can get them on Amazon. You can get a cheap one for 10 bucks. The ones I use only cost about 20, and I've been using them for a long time, for years, and they work like a charm. Now make a note of this, where all your gaskets are, because you'll notice underneath this, and also what direction this is. But underneath this, there's a gasket right there, and you're going to want to make sure you get all that in the correct position. So now we're going to rotate this. These are a little different from one version to the next. This is an easy one. This is an older one. Before we tear that screw up, let's get our big driver screwdriver on it. If you feel your screw gun or your screwdriver jump, switch off to a bigger one. It'll usually work. The only time I ever use a screwdriver is when I get a smaller screw that's stuck. Okay, when you hear people refer to the metering diaphragm, that's what they're talking about. On this, with a little bit of luck, any more screws? Nope. So she should slide right out. And there we go. Now we'll take this, and we'll get her to come apart. There we go. And again, make a note of your gasket and your fuel diaphragm. I'm going to hang on to it and not let go of it. And you can feel the gasket is on this side. And you can see this little bubble here. And you can see these flaps aren't completely flat with the rest of it. And that's probably why she's not running. Now I'm going to go ahead and give her a good cleanup, and then we'll be back shortly. Now it's time for the fun part. We've got our old metering diaphragm and gasket, which are matching up. And we can see, based on our old one, it goes in this order. And now we've got our fuel gasket, which we've matched up, and we matched up every hole on the gasket and on the fuel gasket attached to it. So we know that goes like this. So let's get this back together. Which do we want to do first? Let's do this first. Okay, we look at this and we see that this, currently backwards, goes like so. And then this sits on top of this. If you took video when you were taking it apart, then this part gets pretty easy. It is, unless you're being fumbly like I am. There we go. And now we'll lay that on and put it right here for the moment. And then next up, this will go on the carb body. And it will go like this. And we know that because we compared it to our old gasket. And if you're not sure if you took pictures when you took it apart, then it gets a whole lot easier. Okay. Let's get all these to sit still. Come on, guys, please sit still. And then we'll lay it all together very carefully. You can feel it click into place. I'm going to go, which way do you go? You go this way. Yeah, you go this way. And take care and take your time when you're doing this, because it's super, super easy to get things backwards and turned around. There we go. On the 2400, this is basically all the guts of the carburetor. A lot of times this will be on the other side, but Echo does it a little different. Notice we're walking our way around it when we tighten them. And we're taking our time. And we're going to use a regular screwdriver to finish these. Let's go ahead and put the carburetor back on the machine. Yeah, I think we mentioned it before, but the one with the extra barbs on it, see it's got one barb on it, that's the return line. The one with extra barbs on it on an Echo is the incoming fuel line. I'll prep up the this part. I think we can put this back on. I should say we can usually put this back on just like this. We'll hit the gas. We'll rotate it around. Drop it in the hole. Hit the gas again. Nope, we've got it backwards. Okay, fair enough. We'll rotate our spot. And that's different from one brand to the next, whether or not that has to be rotated. There you go. We'll put it on. You see it jump right in. So let's tighten her up and give her a pull. I'm expecting good things on this one. Let's put our air box back on. Okay, let's give her a run, see how she sounds. Set it on. Prime her up real good. Full choke. Okay, choke's off. Oh, it sounds good idling. That's the way it's supposed to sound. Gotta love those old Echoes. Started on the first pull and she sounds like brand new after a carb rebuild. If you're doing this at home, remember, take your time, take lots of pictures, keep your screws together, and it'll come out pretty good. Of course, replacing the carburetor is pretty cheap. It only takes a few minutes and she'll run like a charm that way too. So all you new people out there, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, and if you made it this far, you might as well. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.